It's 2 o'clock now. It did quit raining outside, so I think to be safe, I'm gonna leave my big camera here and switch over to my iPhone and go on outside and try to get some footage of Ocean Cay so I can at least show you guys a little bit of what's out there and what to expect if you come. So let's go head down now and get off the ship and check out a little bit of Ocean Cay and you know, what there is to do here. So let's go do that now. Came out to deck 14 to get a look of the island. Quite a few folks out there that have rented umbrellas and are out in the water. But this is it. You can see the lighthouse right there, way over here on the left. The lighthouse sweeping all the way back there toward the back of the island. Looks like there's more beaches, like a lagoon area. There's some housing over here, probably for the employees who live here and maintain the island. Some little houses and things over here, little shops most likely in these little buildings. So yeah, this is pretty much the extent of Ocean Cay. There's some docks over there for other boats to come in and like a little bay for them. The water is incredibly blue. Of course, you're here in the Bahamas where they're known for their very, very blue waters. We're actually just, I think, 15 miles south of Bimini. So not far away at all from the coast of Florida, and Miami is just to our west. So we only traveled about 200 nautical miles from Port Canaveral to get here. So not a huge cruise in terms of miles traveled this trip. But this is MSC's Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. Now we've made it off the ship, back here, and a very short walk, and you're in sort of the square, I guess, the little town square, I guess you could call it, the island square. You can go over that way, I think, to get to the beach. We're gonna go check out the little village and see what kind of shops they have, and just try to check out the majority of Ocean Cay today and see what there is to see here, what the big deal is, and we'll determine by the end of the day if you should come visit here. Looks like this is the meeting point for the excursions you can book. They do have, MSC does offer excursions you can book for for Ocean Cay, and it looks like this is the meeting area for those. You see this wave runner sign up in the tree. That looks like one of the excursions. This is probably where they stand and wave the signs. So if you do book an excursion for Ocean Cay, it's likely we're gonna meet your guide. So these first two shops here, the one on the left there in the pink, that is the visitor center shop, and then the one here, right here, is the MSC Ocean Cay MSC shop. So I think these are where you can get MSC branded merchandise, probably that say Ocean Cay, because this is probably one of the only places you can get Ocean Cay branded merchandise. You can't order it online or anything. So it's one of the incentives, I guess, of shopping here on the island, is that you can get merchandise you can't necessarily buy anywhere else. And from what I understand, if you have an internet package through the ship, that internet package can be used here. They do have Wi-Fi routers all around the island. You can use that here, sort of like what Royal does over at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Also, if you have a drink package on board, that is applicable here on the island as well. You can use your drink package on Ocean Cay. So if you purchase a drink package, or maybe like my fare, it's included, you can enjoy the drinks here on the shore just like you can on the ship. So two things to remember, that you take advantage of all your benefits that you get with your cruise, even when you're on shore here at Ocean Cay. So another shop here, this one, the Bahamas shop, handmade in the Bahamas. So it looks like this is where you can get, you know, gifts that made in the Bahamas, unique to the Bahamas, not necessarily MSC branded or anything, but just general gifts that you might want to get and take back home to folks. There's another Ocean Cay souvenir shop over here with Ocean Cay branded merchandise. And then here is the Beach Shack. This is a food truck that they have located here on the island, and they have some tables set up. I do believe this is additional purchase that you do have to pay. I don't think this is free stuff. I could be wrong. I know there's a couple of eateries around the island, but at any rate, this is closed today, probably because of the rain. So we don't have to worry about if we have to pay for it or not, because we're not getting food. So let's see here. Here's a sign for us. So it looks like there's a spot, Ocean Cay. There's a bar back behind us. Seekers looks like to be an eatery back that way. Smiling Fish, North Island. So here's a map showing all of Ocean Cay, and we're currently here at the Red Star. Just got off the ship. We walked right down the main drag here. So we're sort of headed toward this back area. I don't know how far we'll make it. I don't know if I want to walk all the way back here because this is like the spa. There's also a nature area, so I don't know, maybe we'll make it back there. There's also the lagoon here, North Beach, Bimini Beach. I think, let's see, the yacht club, that's down here. The yacht club is for those guests only that are staying or part of the MSC Yacht Club. So that's an exclusive area of Ocean Cay just for those guests. There's also Sunset Beach here on this side of the island. Then the Lighthouse, which is over here just north of where the ship is. And so yeah, that's just a quick overview of Ocean Cay. This here is the Smiling Fish Ice Cream Parlor. Looks like they also have some coffee. So here at the Smiling Fish, it is an ice cream parlor here on the island that you can pay. It's an additional fee to get ice cream. They have a Smiling Fish cone, a waffle cone, a cup. You can choose the different types of soft serve and toppings. So over here is Seekers. It's a food court area, but it looks like they're closing. I know that a lot of the eateries are only open a couple or a few hours a day, probably depending on how many folks are here and how many people they have to feed. Imagine this is probably the free eatery where you can come. It's probably a buffet, or they probably have like hamburgers and hot dogs and things like that. But they have some tables here where you can sit at, some umbrellas you can sit under. Back over there is another little lagoon. They've got some, looks like little swim up barges, I guess. Not really a barge, but little platforms that you can swim up to and jump off of out there. Again, probably given that it's a nice day and not a day like today. This is actually called Seekers Cove though. So Seekers Family Cove over here, I think you can rent like body mats and things like that. They've got all manner of beach rentals. So a lot of different activities that you can get into here. They do have a trolley, and I've almost been hit by a couple of them. So if you get down here and don't want to walk all the way back, it's an option. Here's a couple more of the beach shacks. So I'm assuming that these are probably free eateries since they have them so readily available all around the island. Plenty of places to sit. I think umbrellas you have to rent. They put a piece of paper in my stateroom last night saying, you know, here's all the things available for rent, and beach umbrellas were one of those things. So I don't think you can just grab an umbrella here. I think you have to pay for it. Okay, so here's the seafood shack that I was looking for, that I'd read about, and it is additional cost. You can see the menu there. They have a lobster grilled cheese, and y'all, when I tell you I was looking forward to eating that, but it's closed. They also have a grilled octopus salad, lobster bacon roll, fried calamari. They have other salads and ceviche, but this is additional cost. This isn't one of the free, but it looks like one of the free ones because it says Beach Shack like the other ones do. The only thing denoting it is that sign there in the front saying Seafood Shack. All right, so an interesting fact that I learned about Ocean Cay, thanks to the little pamphlet that they put in my room this morning, it's not a natural island. This island was actually created by the dredging that they did around this part of the Bahamas. You got Bimini really close by. So back in the 60s, they did a lot of dredging, and they sort of piled up the material, the rocks, the sand here. It created this island. You saw earlier when we were up on the deck of the ship, you could see the whole island. It's not a very big island at all, but it's also not a natural island. So that's interesting. As far as how I feel about it, I haven't been here that long. I feel like if it were a perfectly sunny day, or even sunny at all, this would be amazing. I would be like all about this. You know, I would find a lot of value in like hanging out on the beach. The water's gonna be so blue when the sun's out. But because it's so like overcast, it's so gray, and it's rainy, I think that sort of literally clouds my judgment just a little bit. So I will say it's not on par with Perfect Day at Coco Cay. I think that Royal Caribbean has the private island game on lock with their island. I haven't been to Disney's island, so I can't compare it to that. But I've been to Perfect Day, and I'm actually going to go there again a couple times next year. So make sure you go down below and subscribe, and I'll bring you lots of Perfect Day at Coco Cay content early next year. This is great. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of places to get in the water. There's a lot of places to hang out on the beach. I only see area for one ship to be docked, so I think they can actually only dock one MSC vessel here at a time. So that means the island is not going to be overrun and overcrowded with people, even if the ship's at full capacity. It's just going to be one ship full of people. So I think that this is a great place. It's a great stop if you book an MSC itinerary. With this stop, Ocean Cay, on it, I think you're going to be very pleased. I think most of their stops now include this at least once on the itinerary. It's so close. We're literally just off the coast of Miami, just, you know, under like 60 miles away. So yeah, it's a cool place. I like how they've incorporated a lot of restaurants around the island. There's a lot of bars around the island. Like I said, there's a lot of places to get in the water. There's a lot of places to see the ship. There's shopping. So there's a little bit of something for everybody. This is a perfect beach day. And I will compare this, I think a good comparison to this, if you are loyal Carnival cruisers out there, which thank you for watching. I know a lot of you watch this channel. It's a lot like Half Moon Cay or Half Moon Cay. Over in the Bahamas, over on the other side of the Bahamas. It's very comparable to that because it's just a lot of beach area. There's a place to eat. There's some shops. So it's a lot like Half Moon Cay. I wouldn't compare it to Perfect Day at Coco Cay though, because there's no comparison. Hands down, Perfect Day would win. So yeah, that's my thoughts just walking around the island here for the past 30 minutes or so and everything I've seen. Like I said, I wish it was warmer. I wish I could actually get out in the water and enjoy a little bit more, but unfortunately the conditions being as they are today, and also the condition that I forgot my like swimming trunks and flip-flops at home because I packed way too quickly for this trip. You just can't get in the water this trip, and nor would I want to with it being this cloudy. I'm really enjoying walking around. We're gonna see more of it. There's more to see, but just wanted to give you my early thoughts on the place. Look at that fish, y'all. That's a long fish. He is swimming. There's nobody around to bother him. So this area up here is the North Beach, and y'all, look how beautiful that water is. So crystal clear and blue. If it were sunny, it would be just perfect. Look at me in my tennis shoes at the beach. How disgraceful. Doing what it takes to get y'all only the best footage, even if I'm in tennis shoes getting sandy feet. Well, I guess I should have studied that map just a little bit better, because back here is the North Beach, and I thought I could walk all the way around over to the Lighthouse, which is back over that way. But I cannot, because there's water here. So I can either swim or go all the way back around. And since I didn't bring any swimming clothes, I guess I'm walking all the way back around. So it shows what good attention I paid to that map I was showing y'all earlier. So we finally made it, walked all the way from the North Beach all the way around here to the Lighthouse, which is right back here. And the Lighthouse is actually going to be the center point of a Lighthouse light show later tonight. I think that's at 10 p.m. We have to be back on board by 11 or 11:30, I think. But I think folks can come out on the beach or whatnot and watch the light show. So maybe we'll try to check that out and get some footage of that to put in the video here a little bit later. But I did want to mention, I see that the most people I've seen on any beach is this beach, which is right here just off the ship. I know it looks like the most convenient beach to get to if you're just getting off the ship. Just come to this beach. It's beautiful, but there are better beaches, I think, around the island. So maybe walk a little bit to get to a better beach. One more bar here on the island. There is the Lighthouse bar, which is right here at the base of the Lighthouse. But yeah, other than that, I think we've just about covered the entire Ocean Cay, the island here, and showed you just about everything that there is to see. So just gonna meander about a bit and get back on the ship. But yeah, we'll see the light show later. Hopefully it'll not be raining. Looks like the bar area is closed for refurbishments and repairs right now, but this is where it is. Right here at the bottom base of the Lighthouse. You can actually see out there the guide navigational buoys right out there, so you can see how the ship has to come right down the way for quite a good ways there.